What it is, what it doing, how the hell are all of you? Yours truly, Petra, fucker back with another mother lover. You already know the deal. Grab that smoke, grab that drink, and lock in with your boy, because we about to jump into some really fucked up shit. Now, when I say that, y'all know I always keep it a buck. You know I keep it real. You know I don't lie. So, I'm sure we've all heard about what happened at the Wee Spa. But let's jump into the video and see what these ladies have to say for themselves.
We spa, so you don't. So it's okay. I just want to be clear with you. It's okay. It's okay for a man to go into the women's section, show his penis around the other women, young little girls underage. Your spa, we spa, condone that. Is that what you're saying? Like I asked, it's so he can stay there. He can stay there. What sexual orientation? I see a dick.
Okay, let's keep it 100. This has been a conversation that we've argued for a long time. Give me 1 second. This has been a conversation that the right has argued a lot at this juncture. I've even used it. What happens when, a man walks into a locker room, dick hanging, a swanging. You know what I'm saying? And they just say, "Oh, I'm a girl. I'm a woman. That's how I identify." Well, this lady doesn't seem to be having any of that bullshit. Let's keep it 100. It's bullshit. There's two genders, man and woman. And I'm sorry to say this, but if you still have your dick attached and your balls hanging and swinging, what business do you have being naked around any women in any spa? Period. You don't. And I know if this was mine, we'd been rocking that orange jumpsuit. Believe that.
Lets me know he's a man. He's a man. He is a man. He is not no female. He is not a female. He is not a female. Hold on. He is not a female, sweetie. Okay, girls down there.
So the receptionist worker, I'm sure they believe what they're selling. That because of the man or this woman said that they're a woman, that they have every okay to have their dick hanging and swinging, and that should not be of issue. That's complete and utter nonsense to me. What do you mean it's not of issue? Because of the sexual orientation. That's, again, this is a conversation that has been waiting to blow. This is a conversation that has been waiting to pop. A lot of people said, "Oh, that's not going to happen. That's not," but it did happen now. And somebody is going off about it, and they're going on. And a lot of the people, the sad part is, a lot of people aren't worried about the young girls that were possibly affected by this man's decision. They're just getting mad at this, that this woman keeps saying it's a man. It's a man. They have a penis. It's a man. They don't care about the little girls in this situation. Not at all. And I think we should all think that that's kind of fucked up.
Other women who are highly offended for what they just saw. And you did nothing. Absolutely nothing. In fact, you sided with him. So We Spa is an agreement with men that just say they are a woman and they can go down there with their penis and get into the women's section. Is that what you're saying? What really? What law? What law? Everything back. So women can go into the men's with their breasts. The first time. Okay. And then this should happen. We're not going to come back. Yeah, you shouldn't. I wouldn't come back either. Yeah, get your money back. Yeah, everything. You got a man with his penis talking about he's a woman. He ain't no woman.
Let's be honest, what did the radical left think was going to happen? Did you think a lot of these people were actually going to just take and keep spending their money at these locations? I mean, let's be honest. What did the radical left think was going to happen?
Yeah, give her money back.
Are you talking about a transgender person?
There's no such thing as transgender. He has a dick. Okay? He has a penis. His penis is hanging out. Okay, no, I'm not one. Actually, I'm a woman.
So here comes Mr. White Knight. So, well, they're transgender. And she turns around, there's no such thing as transgender. He is a dick. So, again, this man, you're going to white knight, but if this person hasn't had the operation, should they really be able to walk into a woman's spa dick hanging and swinging, saying, I'm a woman. Come on now. And this dude's going to be a white knight, a California motherfucking liberal for everybody and their mama to see. Fucking shame.
Who knows how to stand up and speak up for my right. As a woman, I have a right to feel comfortable without a man exposing himself, okay? No, you go somewhere else. Okay, so that's right. No, he's not a transgender. He has a penis, just like...
See? And see, she's not saying that, in my eyes, she's not saying that you can't be transgender. What she's saying is he's not transgender. He has a dick. He is not a woman. He's not trying to be a woman. He has a penis. Now, where's she wrong? Now, Ian Miles Chong, doing some of the Lord's work, says the woman was confronted by a woke male ally who tried to insist that the man was transgender. It must be hard not being a real man. Huh, try it. Let's rock this video.
You do. Are you?
So I understand.
No, yeah. Okay, it's not okay.
It's not okay.
Okay, that's traumatizing to see that. I'm a woman. I think this is a place right here, I'm told, only for women. So how dare you sit up here and tell me I don't have a right as a woman to defend? I'm telling you, he has a penis. A full and testicle. Okay.
See there, so he's trying to say, is it a transgender person? It doesn't matter, my man. These women are saying they are offended, that they are upset, that they are mad. And nobody there is listening to them. Nobody there wants to hear that. And let's be honest, they don't want to hear it. Because they're choosing not to. It doesn't matter if the person's transgender or not. They're not willing to accept that these people could be offended by the actions of this male.
And I don't care what it's a man. You got one? You're a man. Okay.
Boom, right there. If you got a penis, you're a man. Now, I'll give her that one. I'll give her that 110%. If the doctor built you a penis and strapped it on you, you're a fucking man. If that's really what you want to be. And I don't think that those people that choose to be men should be allowed in any women's locker room either, even though that they were previously women. Funny how that fucking works, isn't it? But she's got a point, saying that if you have a dick, you're not a transgender woman. You have a penis.
And if we went into the men's section with our anatomy, that would be...
Well, it wouldn't probably.
See, he says your anatomy doesn't affect me. You're one person, though. It wouldn't offend you. You can't speak for everybody else. What about all the married men that don't want to be around a naked woman except their wife? What about all the married women that didn't want to see a dick hanging and swinging? Yeah, you don't have no answer for that.
But you might not like women, so it might not, okay? And we don't know. But for me and for a lot of...
She said, you might not like women, so it might not matter to you. Ooh, she got on his ass. On his ass. And look at all these people standing around, bro. Look at all these people standing around. You know, a lot of these people want to say something, but they don't want to get clapped back on. Let's keep it a buck.
The women, they do not feel comfortable, and it's not okay. Okay? So, well, yeah, you're sorry. You should be, sweetie. And you're out of alignment. And this is not right. I can tell you that much. All right? And I know you're out of order. Yeah, it must be hard. It must be hard not being a real man, huh? Try it.
Ooh, must be hard not being a real man. Try it. She came at this man's manhood, and I think she had every right to. What man in his right mind would go defend another man that walked into a room that's supposed to be the women's section with the dick hanging and swinging? Let's be honest, bruh. I'm not having that bullshit. No way, man. These people is lucky, bro, that people wasn't willing to catch that orange jumpsuit that day. Let's be honest. They're lucky, bro. Because the case could have easily turned out because of the situation.
So, like I said, I want every woman get all of the information.
The security guard just said that is not allowed.
Okay, well, I don't care what the security guard. He's just security.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Sometimes predators go down and we'll just go through the women's side.
Okay, well, no, he's sitting in there. Okay, well, security.
No. He doesn't want to be.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying he should have not been allowed to. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. We know that.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
So should we run that back just about 10 seconds and see what they just said? That security shouldn't have let that person pass. But they did. So is that the security's fault? I mean, maybe the security should be reprimanded for that. Maybe the security person should lose their job.
Okay, well, no, he's sitting in there. Okay, well, security.
No. He doesn't want to be.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying he should have not been allowed to. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. We know that.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
No.
So I wonder what will actually come of this. A real man would stand up for a woman against perverts, not silence women who are trying to protect themselves. And then see this person, so she doesn't believe transgenders exist. When women start to understand what transgender actually means. See, let's read this one. Yeah, this is going too far here. I'm siding with the woman there. Here, the risk of my daughter seeing a grown man's genitals in a Korean spa and being traumatized is not something I'm okay with. It's not about left or right. This is about women having their privacy as women with women. Let's be honest. That is probably one of the best ways to say it. This has nothing to do with left or the right, but the radical left, let's be honest, they don't care. That man in that white t-shirt could have gave a fuck less. Let's just be honest about it. You don't have to lie to kick it. But that's one of the things that a lot of people do. They lie to kick it. They lie to be cool, this other thing. This man was trying to be an ally and got shut down really motherfucking fast. And the fact that this is obviously the Twitterverse, so there's going to be a lot of people like, oh, she doesn't believe transgender people exist. She's not going to validate his feelings when he just traumatized her and her other women. Like, oh my God. That's what you fucking sound like. Y'all need mental fucking help. For real. Now let's find something else to dive into right rip. They already made this motherfucker a meme. If your daughter didn't want to see penis, she shouldn't have been in the women's room. If that ain't the motherfucking truth of the matter, then I don't know what is. Let's be honest. Let's look at that face. Let's get a good look at that face, because that's an ally right there. That's an ally. Now, if you read the headline, this is one of the things that was trending on Twitter. And it should make a difference because, let's be honest, the border right now is not secure. There's a lot of problems going on at the border that Kamala Harris is doing her very little to solve or even give a fuck about. Let's be honest. Now, we are multiple states now deep of them sending police officers, National Guard, whatever, to Texas to help secure the border and to help fight the crises that were going on right now at the southern border. And Kristi Noem, the governor of South Dakota, has done a lot of things over the last couple of years that have really made the radical left hate her in every sense of the word hate. They can't stand her. They wish she would die, this, that, the other. But one of the things that she has done is she has stood for American values and America's values and America. This is a clear sign that she would rather see the border secure than it be wide open. And I'm okay with that. I'm 100% okay with that. And 50? It's going to probably end up being a whole lot more here over the next few months, especially with the issues that are going to continue to arise. Let's be honest. Now, these are two of the things right here, two posts. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem announces that the state will send 50 National Guard troops to Texas to assist to securing the southern border, which is kind of needed, let's be honest. Now, this other lady, Elaine Gu, whatever, I don't know, I'm not going to butcher her last name. She says, billionaires can fund the National Guard deployments now. This seems beyond problematic. Is it more problematic than the borders being open and there being how many mass illegal aliens just coming across as they see fit? Is it as problematic as, I don't know, the Biden administration sending children in the middle of the night on planes to other states? Is that not problematic? Or are you mad because billionaires stepped in where the federal government failed? Once again, private business secures solutions when the federal government creates the problems. Let's be honest and stop white knighting this shit. Soldiers will serve on state active duty orders, meaning traditionally the state would cover the cost of the mission. However, in this case, the tab is being picked up by private Tennessee-based Willis and Rebus Johnson Foundation, which I'm okay with. And if you're not okay with that, I think you may need to reevaluate how American you truly are and how far you're willing to see America dive into darkness to push these radical agendas and these radical views. The border is something that we can talk about for months, weeks, years, forever, because it doesn't seem like it's going to be a problem that just goes away overnight. It doesn't seem like a problem that any administration that's democratically ran has any hope on fixing. Let's just be honest. There's no reason to lie, even though that the Democrats love to fucking lie. Now, this person goes, this is not a thing that I knew could happen. Imagine disrupting the lives of 50 families and the work of 50 companies, removing these soldiers from the civilian lives for no better reason than a vanity of showing you're a rich governor. That's not what this is. This person, I guarantee, would also say there's probably not a crisis at the border, and probably say that Kamala Harris is doing her best with the position she's been given. Again, a disingenuous asshole that really I got no time for, no play for. Let's just be honest. I ain't got time for this kind of bullshit, and neither should you. Now, that being said, let's find something else to dive on into, because we got nothing better to do. Something I just like to point out and I like to cover from time to time is how the Biden administration and so many radical lefties wanted there to be 70% of Americans vaccinated by July 1st. And if you look at this number right now, it's supposed to be real time. 46.4% have been vaccinated, and at 54.2% at least one dose. That number doesn't climb very fast. In the way that they push the vaccine, you would think that if they make it sound like everybody and their mama wants the shot, right? They're making it sound like everybody wants it. It's all free to go get it, go get that shot, go get you a free Krispy Kreme. Sign up for $1 million lottery, this, that, the other type bullshit, right? That to me is showing that people don't want it as widely as some of those in the government would lead us to believe. Let's just be honest with it. There's no reason to lie about that. Now, one of the things that I've myself personally, excuse me, one of the things that I'm not particularly a fan of when it comes to the vaccine is a lot of the stories that come out after people have gotten the vaccine. And I'm not saying that we are not going to expect some kind of side effects or issues to arise when it comes to a vaccine, because we know there's probably a lot of issues when it comes to the polio vaccine or the measles vaccine, or so on and so forth. But when it comes to this vaccine, a lot of people's argument is it's not FDA regulated yet. It's only emergency authorized. So there's really, why do I want to put that in my body, right? Well, this is a Reuters article, as you can see on the screen, and we're going to go over this shit together. I don't always read the whole thing. I don't know if you've listened to a political podcast of mine yet on Anchor, but I normally just read bits and pieces of the article, give my opinion, this, that, the other. I'm going to do no different on here. Again, you can hear the outside. I do not edit. I do not fuck around with that. I believe rawness is something that I like to bring to my show, bring to my episodes. I think it is something that when me and you are having a conversation, we're going to hear that. We can't just step away. I mean, we can step away. We can find another place to be quiet and chat it on out. But sometimes you got to be in the heat of the sun with the birds chirping, the leaves on the side of you. Sometimes that's just necessary. So that's what you might hear. But that being said, again, I hope everybody's staying blessed, safe, because this world's a crazy fucking one. And especially when we have the crime rates that are going on, and we got the Biden administration and Kamala Harris not doing what the fuck they're supposed to be doing, or doing it very poorly. Let's be honest. And then we got the vaccine. And the vaccine is being pushed heavily every day in our faces. We're being told that we need to get it or we can't fucking fly. I mean, California just put in place their mask. You got to wear it now no matter what, even if you are vaxxed. That's crazy, right? Is that not fucking crazy? Now, let's jump into this article. Vials with Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna coronavirus, COVID-19 vaccine labels are seen in the illustration picture taken on March 19th, 2021. Members of the U.S. military who were vaccinated against COVID-19 showed higher than expected rates of heart inflammation. Although their condition was extremely rare, according to the study released on Tuesday, the study found that 23 previously healthy males with an average age of 25 complained of chest pain within 4 days of receiving the COVID-19 shot. The incident rate was higher than some previous estimates, which would have anticipated, it said. All the patients who at the time of the study's publication had recovered or were recovering from myocarditis, I can't pronounce that, an inflammation of the heart muscle, had received shots made by Pfizer or Moderna. Now, see, they always say it's rare. Johnson & Johnson said it was rare for the women to get the blood clots. How rare is it? In that aspect, how really rare is it? Because it's obviously not rare enough for 25 relatively healthy military members to get heart inflammation. Are you saying it's rare so it helps your case? I mean, this again, this is a study, this is a article that would make a lot of people maybe be a little bit more hesitant to getting the vaccine. Why would you want to possibly put something in your body that could possibly inflammate your heart? You know what I mean? And this isn't just something that they're like, oh, it happens. It's not happening a lot. It's happening in 25 people that are relatively healthy. That should be questioned without a doubt. You know what I mean? So I definitely would, if in my case, I definitely want to keep asking questions, and I'm definitely going to keep being a skeptic. I mean, Tim Pool said it best a year and a half ago. He'll get the vaccine after after it's been out for a year plus, and he can actually get a good estimate on what side effects are, this, that, the other. Man's got a point, and it's definitely something I think people should run with. You already know what it is. Did you get the vaccine? Did you suffer from a side effect of it? Are you against the vaccine? You already know what it is. Let me know in the comments. I will holla back. I'm always interested in to see where people fall, especially when it comes to something as significant as a vaccine. Now, that being said, we're going to dig in a little bit more. Just hold on one sec for you, boy. So, U.S. House regulators last week added a warning to the literature that accompanied those mRNA vaccines to flag the rare risk of heart inflammation seen primarily in young males, but they said the benefit of the shot is preventing COVID-19 clearly continues to outweigh the risk. Now, that's them saying it outweighs the risk, but I guess when it comes to case-by-case basis, it's up to you if it outweighs the risk. It's up to you if you want to risk this. This is happening in young males that should be relatively healthy. It's definitely something I think should be questioned. The general population estimates would have predicted 8 or fewer cases of myocarditis from the 463,000 male military members who received the 2 COVID-19 shots, the study said. So, it's a lot of people that were vaccinated, but 25, that's 23, I think it was 23 or 25 people. It's definitely something that raises an alarm, raises a red flag. It was enough to put a risk on the label. So maybe the number that they got reported is just the numbers that they had reported. What about all the numbers that weren't reported? That's makes you suspect. I'm just saying. 8 of the military patients in the study were given diagnostic scans and showed the signs of heart inflammation that could not be explained by other causes. The study said the patients in the study ranged from 20 to 51. Definitely something I think should be thought about before you decide you're going to just take it. You know what I mean? Definitely got to weigh the risks, in my opinion. Now, that being said, I like these kind of articles, like The Blaze, CNBC. I like the headlines make you want to grab that motherfucker, right? Several long-time Kamala Harris associates shut out as VP Chief of Staff something. But what really tweaks your boy's mind and gets my intrigue buttons rolling is Jen Psaki squirms when confronted by Fox News reporter. Because I'm assuming it's Peter Doocy. Let's be honest. This man keeps her on her fucking toes. Now, the White House made a pretty, in my opinion, it was a pretty out there claim to say that the Republicans had anything to do with the defund the police movement. That's almost insulting with how much bullshit is right there. Jen Psaki squirms when confronted by Fox News reporter over White House claims that the GOP defunded police. Because they tried that. The White House press secretary Jen Psaki engaged in contentious back and forth with Peter Doocy on Monday, during which Psaki defended accusations that the Republican Party defunded the police. That's right. Despite the far-left lawmakers and activists adopting the defund the police campaign amid racially charged protests last summer, the White House is now, I'm not even going to fuck with that word, around the message that Republicans voted to defund the police, therefore making them the responsible for the nationwide spike in violent crime. Despite Republicans never having voted to remove funds from the police, which have been the standard definition of defund, Cedric Richmond, a senior advisor to President Joe Biden, accused Republicans of defunding the police in an interview on Sunday because they did not vote for Biden's American Rescue Plan, the $1.9 COVID-related stimulus passed this summer. Let's talk about who defunded the police. When we were in Congress last year trying to pass an emergency relief plan for cities that were cash-strapped and laying off police and firefighters, it was Republicans who objected to it. And in fact, they didn't get funding until the American Rescue Plan, which our plan allowed the state and local governments to replenish their police departments and do other things that are needed. So look, Republicans are very good at staying on talking points of who says defunds the police, but the truth is they defund the police when we funded the crime intervention and a whole bunch of other things. Yeah, that's a very sweet way of trying to make yourself the good guy when you're really the bad guy in the situation. Republicans and conservatives knew they were going to try this, that we knew they were going to try to straw man this tactic, we knew they were going to try this. But how many times did the Democrats shut down a stimulus package that Trump tried to come up with? I mean, we can play whataboutism all day, Cedric. You ain't gonna win. They can say who defunded the police, but they really defunded the police. Oh no, buddy. We weren't gonna fund all your pork-filled motherfucking options that you thought you were gonna just be able to get across because, oh gosh forbid, the Americans need the money so bad, we're just gonna put whatever we can in the bill to see what they're gonna get. Yeah. Shut the fuck up, dude. That's some disingenuous bullshit. And you know what? It's just disingenuous and it makes you look like a hack, the hack that you are. The truth, of course, that Republicans opposed the massive spending bill because Democrats loaded it with spending completely unrelated to COVID pandemic. Let's just keep it a buck. How is it that an argument to be made that when the president never mentioned needing money for police to stop a crime wave that he was selling the American Rescue Plan? Ducey asked. In response, Psaki claimed that funding the American Rescue Plan has been used to keep the cops on beat, but as Ducey shot back, it is now very convenient for Democrats as cities face skyrocketing violent crime amid the nationwide police officer shortage to now say the bill was about funding police. Yeah. It was not about funding the police, let's be honest. They wanted to defund the police. AOC said defunding means defunding. That means they get no money. Let's be honest. They're playing a game of words here, and that's all this is. Psaki, at the time the bill was sold as these local police departments might have a pandemic-related budget shortfall. Not we need to keep cops on beat because there's a crime wave, Ducey told Psaki. Psaki shot back. I think any local departments would argue that keeping cops on beat to keep communities safe when they had to because budget shortfalls. Fire police is something that helps them address crime in their local communities. See, Psaki is reeling. She can't stand going toe-to-toe with Ducey. He slaps her up every time. I really would love to see Jen Psaki try to go toe-to-toe with Kayleigh McEnany. I would love to see that. But those are the local communities. The White House argument was the American Rescue Plan is going to be $14 checks. It's going to be vaccines, vaccinators. It's going to be put us on the path to beating the virus, Ducey again pointed out. Psaki did not respond to Ducey's point, but instead praised the bill before quickly moving on to a different question. Of course she did. She could not handle the smoke that Peter Ducey was tossing at her. Let's be honest. Now, Jen Psaki is probably the best press secretary Biden could ever ask for because she is willing to say circle back, say all these dumb things that clearly show she doesn't know what she's talking about, all for the sake of Biden. You know, when you think it's a job opportunity, but you really play yourself, I think that's the position that she's in. Let's just be honest. There's no reason to lie. Now, that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hope y'all stay blazed. I hope y'all stay blessed. I hope y'all stay safe. You know, with everything that's going on, it's not hard to see why the division in America, it's not hard to see why it is the way it is. When you have Jen Psaki trying to say that the bill was this way when it really wasn't, or you have this young lady going to turn her back on the national anthem after she placed third because she's not a very good athlete, let's be honest. If you place third and you cop an attitude like that, that just shows me you're not very good at the sport that you like. I'm going to keep it a buck all day. Now, the division in America is so in and so deep and so tight These are the issues that we have to deal with and the issues that we see happening. That being said, it's not something that me, you, or the next guy is going to be able to stop at all. Especially when those in power continue to push a false narrative. When you have Jen Psaki out here pushing bullshit, and people believe that, and people buy onto that, and people say that what she's saying is facts, that is also what is causing such a division. And that's something that I hope that we can curb by the next decade mark, I guess, because it's going to be a long time. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time going. Wherever it's going to go, we're going to see, but best believe I'm going to be speaking on it. Now, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you stay blazed. I really hope you stay blessed, and I really hope you stay safe, because this world's a crazy motherfucker, and that's really all I got for it. Now, on those notes, stay tuned for the next one. Peace.